Comfort is the most expensive thing you'll ever buy, and you are paying for it every single day without even noticing. The air conditioning in your house, the snack you didn't need to eat, the workout you skipped because you were sore from the previous day. And every comfort is buying you a smaller life. I'm going to show you why the most driven people on the planet crave the exact discomfort everyone else is running from, and how you can welcome discomfort today. I'm Laurie-Ann, and I went from being painfully shy to delivering five-figure keynotes. Today, I work with corporate leaders and small business owners to leverage speaking to be seen, to be heard, and to be the obvious choice for that next big opportunity. Okay, confession time. It is summer and it's warm and it's beautiful outside. And right now, in my house, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Mhm. Because the air conditioning's running. The front doors are closed, all the windows are locked shut. The house is set at a temperature that all I can say feels like winter. Now, my husband loves it this way, so I'm not here to start some thermostat war on my podcast because he doesn't listen to the show, that is. But I caught myself the other day sitting there in a sweatshirt with the doors shut, and I had this thought. When did we decide that we should never, ever have to feel uncomfortable about anything? Because that is really what is going on here. We have built an entire world around the idea of being comfortable all the time. So think about it. New homes, they come with central air. Our cars also come with climate control. We get a little warm for 10 minutes and we act like it's a crisis. I say we, but I don't mind getting into my own personal sauna when my car has been sitting in a parking lot for a little while. Honestly, I love the windows open. I don't mind being a little uncomfortable. I like the doors open, the light coming in, and I love fresh air. But the default that we have all quietly agreed to is to shut the doors, shut the windows, cool down or heat up during the winter, and make sure nobody ever feels the season that we are currently in. This is the thing. It's not just about temperature. Here's another great example that I see: eating. Eating's a habit, and a lot of people do it out of boredom. So people glance at their clock like around noon, or maybe it's 5 o'clock and they think, oh, it's time to eat. Got to go eat something now. And they may not even be hungry. And people are genuinely treating that little bit of discomfort like it's a hardship. They have to make sure that they go and eat something. When did hunger become so unbearable? Here's another example. And you know how I just love to use the gym as an example because most people understand it. They get it. I've decided that I want to get stronger. And maybe you've decided that you want to get in better shape. I'm motivated and I go and I lift, and the next day something hurts. And that soreness, and most people's brains will decide, like, this is a good reason why I shouldn't go today. I'll wait until the soreness goes away. The discomfort arrived right on schedule, exactly like it's supposed to. And then most people will read it as a stop sign instead of a sign that it's working, because discomfort is almost like the dark storm. You have to get to the other side. It's going to pass, and you can either stand still or you can move through it to get to the other side. And this is really what I want to talk about today. Somewhere along the way, we started treating discomfort as something to avoid, as proof that something has gone wrong, something is wrong. We feel the heat, the hunger, the burn, the nervousness. And what's our first instinct? Oh, make a stop. Let's run the other way. Let's get comfortable. But discomfort is not the enemy of a good life. As a matter of fact, I look at discomfort as the entrance fee. And I'll tell you, almost everything that I'm proud of in my life lived on the other side of being uncomfortable. The very first time I stood on stage, I was terrified. My hands were clammy, my voice was shaking, my heart was pounding, but every cell in my body wanted to walk off that stage and never come back. But also at the same time, I didn't want to be embarrassed and get off the stage. So for years, I could have just let that fear be the signal that it's not time yet. I'm not ready. That discomfort was the sign that I was actually in the right place, because growth is on the other side of that part that feels uncomfortable, that part that feels awful. What makes comfort so sneaky is that it never feels like it was a choice. It feels reasonable. And of course, you can take the easier route. Of course, you can skip the gym today because you're sore or you're tired. Of course, you can wait until you feel more ready to speak up before you apply, before you put yourself out there. Every one of those feels like a perfectly sensible decision in the moment. But comfort compounds. Every single time that you choose the comfortable thing, you make it a little easier to choose it again and a little harder to choose the hard thing next time. You think you're staying the same, but you're not staying the same because comfort is not neutral. Rep by rep, you're getting softer because you're choosing the easier route. And I think this is part of why so many people start things and then they never finish them. They start a business, the project, the fitness plan. The moment it stops being exciting and it starts feeling like work or looking like work, or the moment it gets uncomfortable, they're out. Not because they can't do it, because no one ever taught them that discomfort was part of it. I talk a lot on the show about personal development, and episode 425 was about how success is rented and the rent is due every single day. Well, this is part of that rent, that willingness to be a little too warm, a little hungry, a little sore, a little nervous, but you keep going anyways. That's not a punishment. That's a payment. That's rent. And most people simply are not willing to make it. So here's a reframe that I want to hand you today, and I want you to actually use it. The next time that you feel that flash of discomfort, the heat, the hunger, the burn, the nerves, the moment that you want to hold yourself back from asking the question, before you rush to make it go away, I want you to pause and ask yourself one question. Is this the kind of discomfort that is growing me? Because there is a real difference between pain that is protecting you and the discomfort that builds you. The pain that's protecting you, like the kind when you put your hand on a hot stove, you need to listen to that. But the discomfort that is building you, the kind that shows up the moment that you are stretching yourself beyond what's easy, that's the one that I want you to lean into. The whole trick is learning to tell them apart and then refusing to run away from the second kind, the one that's growing you. And you don't build this in one giant heroic gesture. You're going to build this in small reps, the same way that you would build any kind of strength. Take the stairs. Let yourself go hungry for an hour. Open the windows. Let the house be a little warm, which for the record is actually how I like it. Speak up in that meeting before you feel completely ready. Send the email before it's perfect. Have the conversation you've been avoiding, especially if it's a hard conversation. Every one of those small reps tells your brain the same thing. I can be uncomfortable and I'm going to be fine. That might be the best thing that you learned this week, because someone who knows that they can survive being uncomfortable is impossible to stop. There is no comfort that you can dangle in front of them that will talk them out of the thing that they actually want. So here's my challenge for this week, and it's a small one intentionally. I want you to find one comfort that you seem to reach for on autopilot, and I want you to skip it just once. The snack that you don't need, skip it. The thermostat, don't touch it. the easy route that you love to take, I want you to notice that you're fine. Notice that the discomfort showed up. It usually hangs around for a little bit, but then it passes and you're still going to be standing. You're going to be fine. That's the evidence that you need. That's the whole thing. Do it one rep at a time. Let yourself know with evidence that you can be uncomfortable and be okay because that's how you're going to get to the other side. And if this has landed for you, this is exactly the kind of thing that I go deeper on every week in my Experts Edge newsletter. It's where I share the small shifts that separate the people who stay comfortable from the people who actually grow into the life and the career that they want. You'll find that link down in the show notes, or you can go to speakandstandout.com/newsletter. And until next week, I want you to be in demand. Hey, you've been listening and nodding along thinking, I'll start speaking when I feel more ready. But here's the truth. Clarity and confidence, they come from doing. That's why I created In Demand, my monthly membership for people just like you who are ready to grow their business with speaking. Even if you're not sure what to do, where to find opportunities, or what to say once you get that opportunity. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And we'll make sure that you don't do it alone. Doors are open now, and our next live call is coming up. So if this has been tugging at you, consider this your sign. You can join us at speakandstandout.com/IND for In Demand, and that link is down below. Your audience is waiting, and I promise the moment that you step up, the right people will start paying attention to you.